Welcome to Darzzr on Crater City. I've been fiddling around with the house a bit and I've made a mistake with something, and I'll show you what it is in just a second. Basically, you may remember I had my stuff down here, my crops, and of course I made an extra wheat farm up there for no apparent reason, because wheat isn't a terribly effective way of getting food these days, because baked potatoes are much better. And I created another farm down here, and I completely forgot to replant it last time I harvested it, so I've got to start collecting potatoes again. There we go. This, by the way, goes down to the mines that I had when I was just starting out. I originally did block them off when I set up this floor up here and started setting up farms around here, but I've reconnected it now. I know that Graloth sneaks around in these tunnels down here and enters everybody's house from the bottom, but yeah, you can't really help that. There's always somebody, isn't there? Also, I know that I haven't put brick in all of this yet. I need to go out and get more clay, but I've been busy with another new project, and I've been tweaking the way I do recordings as well. I should have them slightly smoother now, for one thing, because I worked out something that was causing lag spikes. But the other thing is I can now do time lapses, because I've put in Camera Studio, and that is a fantastic mod, and I will be showing you some time lapses of things I've been working on, as well as some motions, shall we say, around Crater City. Basically, I did some test runs with it and they look pretty good, so why not show you? Baby zombie having a swim. No you don't. No you don't. Someone at the door, hang on. Well, that never happened before. I had someone come to the door, had to answer it, and it was the man come to read the electricity meter. So he's done that and now he's gone. I thought this was interesting, my little tree farm. They seem to have grown in rough order of height. I suppose it was bound to happen sooner or later. My strategy for tree farms is I just build them in a big block, and then I just, you know, I can mine it away essentially with an axe. Right, this is where we're going today. Past the floating leaves, we're going to visit my current project. Now, this was suggested to me actually by Vexy, and it supplanted what I was actually going to do next. This is something different. You can just about start to see it over there. You can see the outer walls, more walls. You can see it's pretty big, and what's that up there? Satellite dish, radar. We have, this is going to be Area 51, basically. Of course, it's not going to be the real Area 51, because, funnily enough, there aren't that many maps of it. But, anyway, it's going to be a sort of pastiche of Area 51. We're going to have everything from aliens to secret aircraft, and there's no formal way in yet. I'll put proper gates on it and everything later, but these walls are almost temporary really, because I need to put some fences on the top of them and stuff. And so what I started with was they had the Derp village here, which basically just had a church and a blacksmith and only 2 villagers. Now Miguel had blocked those in. I think it was Miguel had blocked them in. I adapted the church into the radar station and the blacksmith into, well, this house really. I've gone for a rather simple setup. There they are. You can hear them talking. So we've got about 9 villagers now. They've gradually increased. And I started off making these sort of random buildings in a rough structure around the radar tower, but I'm going to develop this now into something more regular. We're going to have some barracks along here and other facilities. We can assume that these are some sort of communications offices or something, you know, monitoring station or something, It's all pretty vague really, no one really knows what's going on here. And up here we've got the satellite dish. This isn't complete. In creative, we on this server we do have a creative map as well, where we can rough out ideas, but we don't do filming on that by and large. Because since we all use it, you'd end up revealing other people's projects, and so that's not really on. But it's kind of interesting, because you have for those of us who are on the server, we get this kind of mishmash of possibilities and reference buildings and things. It's intriguing. You can see what might be coming to the server in the future. Anyway, I've used the quartz here as cables going down, and I'll probably develop this further and have another building at the bottom where the cables re-emerge from the mountain. And inside there's really nothing, there's just my framework for putting bits up and marking out the scale of it. It's maybe a block or two smaller than I would have thought, really. I mean, I did replicate the top of the mountain in Creative, but I kind of forgot how far away you'd be watching it. What really would make this, though, and this is why I say it's incomplete, on the original plan I've got a beacon in the middle, so from the dish it's shooting up a beam into the sky and it looks really good, so I've got to get a beacon, but as of yet I do not have a single wither skull. I have been looking, but I haven't got one yet. I also would probably need to cover up these bits of exposed stone just so that we have a smoother looking mountain. I believe I've lit up now the entire Area 51. I'll take you on a little tour of it and show you roughly what I'm going to put in each place. And you know, all of this is subject to possible changes, and you know how it works. And so over here I've actually removed some hills. That took some time and some TNT. This really will be I think it will be some sort of long straight building, but quite what we'll house here I don't know. Possibly it will be a hangar for experimental aircraft. That's what I'm thinking about. But I'm kind of open on the idea at the moment. As you can see here, we managed to find a cave system under here, which I've still opened up, and in some ways I'm almost inclined to use this for something, as if this is an underground section, because it wouldn't take too much effort to clear that out and make a space under there. This is where I'm anticipating having the runway, and over here it just so happens we have a very convenient zombie spawner. This is where we're going to have a crashed UFO, and the zombies will be allowed to spawn in there in a restricted environment, and they will be the aliens. Someone suggested to me, I think it may have been lying, he suggested that I could trap an animal in a building somewhere and have an alien autopsy. If I called it Grum or Dinnerbone, then it would be upside down, and if it was trapped sufficiently it could look like some sort of medical experiment or something. Trouble with that is they would of course move around. Even if you leashed them and trapped them in a single block, they'd still make noises. We did talk about, I think we talked with Guitar Flat about the idea of using an ocelot, because he did have an untamed ocelot in his house for a while, and those don't make noises, so that's a possibility. But it's a thought. It's a thought. I mean, some sort of clandestine medical facility would be interesting. I don't have much of an idea what to do over here. I was thinking almost of resurrecting part of the chemical plant so that we can have some chemical tanks and experiments going on here, because I did do one or two little tricks with the chemical plant way back when that could be recreated here to create things like glowing water and so on. But we'll see. And this all goes way over here. Putting up the wall itself took a bit of time. It's not quite on Phaleron scale, but it's there, It's I think people have been surprised. Probably another dish up here or something, maybe an observatory of some sort. And as we go along, we've got the opening of a cave here. I'm tempted to use these kinds of internal caverns for something. Not quite sure what. As you can see, this is probably going to be quite a long-term project. Probably the sort of thing that I'll do bits of and then come back to and revisit later. Oh, what's that? 2 creepers, a spider and some lava. It's intriguing. I do think... Hello, Mr. Sheep. This is the Area 51 sheep, and he does just wander around the place. He used to be around the village, actually. He's just sort of gone wandering. Some more ugly hills over there. This is not a triumph of terrain generation, really. I know I do moan a lot about the terrain generation. I just think that when you have sort of overhangs like that, it just looks silly. You know, you wouldn't get that in real life. Well, maybe you would, but it wouldn't look as ugly as that. Interesting to note that we're quite close to other developments here. Over there, oh, look at that, there's some coal there. Just over that, so that sort of direction is Faleron's Arcology. It's not very far from the Arcology. You can just about see the wall. I don't know if we can see any of his development. I think it may be the wall up there you can see. Also, the stronghold is very close. That's sort of in that direction, and again you can see it from, if I got up on the top of the wall, yeah, you can see it. Going back, we're also quite close to the swamp location of CQ's Swamper Hut, which is her sort of summer house for collecting slimes. I don't know if you can actually see it. Is that it? I saw a glow. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, what's this? I don't know what that is. Oh, I think that's Faleron's pillar marking where he wanted to do some mining. I have a feeling that's what that is. Although then again, I'm not sure. I thought that was in one of the sand pillars. So we go down here. We've got this little area suitable for some other building. What do you think of the idea of alien autopsy here? Yes. At night, all the zombies come here. This is where they live. And I see Mr. Skilly is also trying to get at me. He won't succeed. But I love this. You can go right up to the zombies and they don't care, because they want to get the villagers. They want to get in. Oh, it must be Area 51. It's a man in black. There he is. Piss off. Okay, I think it's time we showed you some time lapses. One other thing that just occurred to me is Miguel and Vexy have also been working very hard, and they've successfully created the Ender, and I did a time lapse of me and Miguel killing Endermen in the Ender, so you can have a look at that as well. Okay, well I think that just about covers everything up to date so far, and I will see you again next time. Thanks very much for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe. By the way, this radar dish is pointing at the satellite over Crater City. Is that a coincidence? Is that a coincidence?